Welcome back, everybody. It's time for April's VGM unboxing. I'm bloody chuffed. Let's do it. Alright, so very excited to see what we got here. Where I live currently, the area is flooding. I got very wet on my way home, so I'm ready to warm up with a nice steaming bowl of retro-ness. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Let's do it! Box is very heavy. I want to say I hear at least an Atari cartridge, but it's hard to actually tell. But I want to say I can hear Atari rattle, if that's a thing. Without further ado, here we go. I haven't seen anyone's video yet. I'm opening this right after it came in the mail. It's pretty early in the month, so I don't know what the trinket is. So I always love when I don't know yet what the trinket is. So we got our card. No 1-up. I haven't gotten a 1-up in a while, which is fine. Totally cool with that. Let's feel around. I feel Super NES. I feel an Atari. Atari rattle is a thing. And 2 NES. Ooh, buddy. As per usual. Let's start with the... Wait a second, I'm confused now. There's 2 Atari games. Super NES and 2 NES. Very nice. So we'll start with an Atari. We'll go with this one and kablam! I see 20th Century Fox. That Fantastic Voyage, I believe is what that says. Fantastic Voyage. I am pretty sure I've heard positive things about this game. Let me know what you guys think. You'll see my initial reactions when I record the gameplay, but I think I actually had someone suggest this for my Atari games that are still fun to play series, so pretty stoked to check this out. I don't believe I've ever seen this movie, but this is the one where they go inside of a human body, right? I could be completely wrong about that, but awesome start. Always love to advance my Atari collection forward. So first up we got Fantastic Voyage. Fantastic Voyage was published in 1982 by Fox Video Games. It is based on the 1966 science fiction film of the same name about a submarine crew who is shrunk to microscopic size and tasked with destroying a blood clot inside a scientist's body. Somehow, I have never seen this movie, even though I have seen several spoofs of it in the likes of Futurama, Rugrats, The Magic School Bus, and I'm sure a whole lot of others. I hear it's really good, and I need to check it out. So how is this game adaptation? Well, it's pretty good actually. I had a lot of fun checking it out to capture footage, even though I know that I'm missing something here and I'll need to check out the manual. There's more going on than I realize, I think. It is a really fun shooter where you're trying to take out blood clots in various patients. Definitely one that I'm going to spend more time with, and I'm very happy to have it in my collection. Alright. Let's see, next Atari... Oh wait, I forgot about the trinket. I found the trinket. We got a bracelet. This is my first VGM bracelet. I know this is something they like to give out pretty often. From what I've seen, it seems like that's something that's in a regular rotation, but this is my first one. So it says play the past into the future, which is their slogan. Very cool. Oh, it also says Video Games Monthly on it. So super sweet. I never know if I'm supposed to put these to where I can read it or other people can read it. Oh, I don't even know if that'll fit on my wrist. I don't know. Very nice. So, second Atari game. It's not a normal size shaped cartridge. Alright, let's see. Second game we got. I cannot read that. Amadar? I know absolutely nothing about this game. I have no idea what this is. Amadar? I guess that's how you pronounce it? I'm not sure. But, I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard of this game, so that's pretty sweet. Hopefully it's a good one. I haven't run into too many stinkers on the Atari yet in my VGM box, so I got high hopes. Hopefully it's warranted. Let me know what you guys think. Got Amadar. Amadar? Medar? Amadar is what I'm going to say for now. So second game, Amadar. Sweet. Amadar was published in 1982 by Parker Brothers. It is based on an arcade game that was developed by Konami, and it is one that I have never heard of. I like it a lot. The goal is to color in all of the squares and then move on to the next level. Your button press renders your enemies temporarily harmless, allowing you to pass through them. I am definitely interested in going back and checking out the original arcade game for sure, because I don't think I'm very familiar with Konami's very early arcade games. The control to this one felt a little off. There were some frustrating moments because my character just wasn't as responsive as I would like. Even so, I had fun playing it, and I'll be giving it some more time for sure. Alright, next up we have Super NES. I have very, very little in my collection. I'm trying to count behind there. I think I have 7, 8 games maybe. So, next up, Super NES, we got... backwards, but I didn't see what it was. Still don't know what that is. Oh, lordy. We got Pit Fighter. Now, I know I've played Pit Fighter for the Sega Genesis when I was younger. It was not a very good game. I can't remember... I know either the Super NES version or the Genesis version is supposedly slightly superior. Let me know which one it is. I can't remember. I know I've played this. I did not enjoy it very much. But it's a game that I've heard of, and it's kind of iconic, I think, for how bad the home ports were. Super stoked to have it. Definitely, something I'm happy to have in my Super NES collection. Let me know what you guys think of Pit Fighter. Nice. Pit Fighter was released in 1991 and based on the Atari arcade game that was released the year earlier. I have never played the arcade game, but I understand that it has some merit. This, though... Dear God. I just couldn't wrap my head around the control or something. It just feels real bad to play. It's hard for me to pin down exactly, but I didn't have much fun. I don't even know if I could say I had fun at all. I didn't spend too much time with this one because it was just one giant exercise in frustration. I will probably go back and check out the arcade game before I come back to this, but I'm still really happy to have it in the collection. Please, let me know. Is the Genesis version any better? I hope so. It almost has to be. I have a really hard time imagining that it could be any worse. Alright, I'm going to pull the bottom one first because I've realized in my last few boxes that a lot of times the one on the bottom have been sports titles, which I'm less excited about. So I'm going to try to do from the bottom up, and we'll see how that goes. Watch them mess with me, and a sports title will have been on the top. So we'll see. I always love to get NES, so hopefully we got something good. At least one of the two, hopefully, is a banger. So first up, we got... can't read it. Codename Viper. I don't think I know this game. It's a Capcom game. That bodes pretty well. Not to say that everything that Capcom released on the NES was fantastic, but I know more often than not, they had a pretty good track record. Excited to see this. I'm not even sure what kind of game it is. Very, very stoked. So we got Codename. My memory. I have a memory worse than a goldfish. It's Codename Viper for the NES. Nice. Codename Viper was published in 1990 by Capcom. This game is very similar to Namco's Rolling Thunder. If I had not known any better and just saw footage of someone playing this, I would have just assumed that this was an entry in that series. I like Rolling Thunder a lot. I'm not great at it, but I like it a lot. So I also ended up enjoying this quite a bit. Another one that I'm very excited to spend more time with, and to compare it to the Tengen Rolling Thunder on the NES when I get a chance. From my initial impressions, I think I like Codename Viper more than Rolling Thunder, but I can't really say that for sure until I've had more time to spend with it. It's also been a while since I've played Rolling Thunder on the NES, so yeah, I would definitely like to compare the two and see which one comes out on top. Let me know if you've played both of them, which one you think is the superior game. In any case, I'm very happy to have Codename Viper in the collection, no doubt. Alright, and now it's time for our last game, another NES game. Okay, so that was the one on the bottom, and it wasn't a sports title. I'm going to be kind of upset if I did that whole thing, and this next one's a sports title. So, last game we got. Doesn't look like sports. 3D World Runner, I believe is what that says. 3D World Runner. Very nice. I've heard positive things about this game. I know that the graphics are pretty good. I know I've played this before, at least through emulation. It's not one I had growing up, but I know it's the one where it kind of looks like Space Harrier, right? And you're kind of running forward and you got to jump over these big gaps. I know I've played this before. I know I've heard people talk about it. Very, very excited to add this to my collection. No sports title. Two games that I'm very excited to have. So, yeah, last game, 3D World Runner. The 3D Battles of World Runner was published in 1987 by Acclaim and was developed by Square, which is pretty neat. I always thought this game was just called 3D World Runner because that's what it says on the label, but I guess I was just wrong. I know I had checked this out years ago through emulation, but it had been a very long time since I played it. For what it is, I dig it! I think the graphics look really cool for an NES game, definitely giving me a Space Harrier vibe, and I quite enjoyed playing it for this video. I didn't know there was actually a 3D mode built in for use with 3D glasses, so I'll have to check that out sometime. I quite enjoyed the music to this one. There's some catchy tunes. I look forward to digging into this one, and I think it's a great addition to my collection. Alright, and let me make sure, yes, empty box. So I'd say that's a successful month. We will see what the values are. Not that I really care. Again, I want to remind you, I don't really care so much about the values, as long as this whole box isn't worth like $5. It's not what I do this for. I do it for the surprise, for my love of retro gaming, and I guess for those two things. For surprise, because the surprise aspect is cool, and I want to have a nice little retro game collection. Something to leave my children. Bunch of cheap NES and Atari games. Quick recap, we have Codename Viper for the NES, 3D World Runner for the NES, Pit Fighter for the Super NES, Amadar, that's where I've settled, I think it's Amadar, for the Atari 2600, and Fantastic Voyage for the 2600. As for pick of the box, ooh, buddy. I think I'm most excited. I think I'm going to say my pick of the box is 3D World Runner. I had a lot of fun playing this back in the day when I first started emulating NES games. I remember having fun with this. I think the graphics are really neat. Don't really remember. You'll have seen what I think of it and if I think it's actually fun. But I think this one, I think this is going to be my pick of the box. If I had to pick a runner-up, I'm going to say Amadar for the Atari, because I know absolutely nothing about it. The artwork on it is pretty interesting. There's like a giant monkey man and a guy painting and like a native person with a spear. And I don't know if that's a pig or if that is a dog, but I'm definitely intrigued. I have no idea what kind of gameplay style this is. So yeah, that would be my runner-up. But actually, I will have to say, I'm excited for every single one of these games. Even though I know Pit Fighter is not a great game, I don't think I've ever played it on the Super NES. So I'm excited to see how it compares to the Sega Genesis. And it's a game that people know, so that's nice. So even if I play it and I don't like it, I can have pride in the fact that I have Pit Fighter. It's one that people know, even if for the fact if it's just how bad of a game it is. Awesome. I think April was a fantastic month. They did it again. Honestly, I mean, we'll see when I play the games what I actually think of the games, but I think this is... I'm really happy with this box. I think it's one of the best boxes I've gotten. No sports ball games, and 2 Atari, 2 NES, and 1 Super NES. I think that's a great mix. Very, very excited to check these out. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you for spending some time with me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of these games. Let me know what your pick of the box is. Make sure if you're new around here to check out the Too Many Boxes playlist or the VGM playlist. I've been doing VGM for a little over a year now, so I have a bunch of videos for you to go check out if you enjoyed this. If you want to check out Video Games Monthly, I will leave a link below, videogamesmonthly.com. And if you enjoy retro gaming, make sure you go to my channel, check out the different videos I have. I have Atari videos, I have NES videos, and I'm going to be working on branching out to other systems very soon. Thank you again. I will see you next time. Bye.